thing that he did. So yes, let's make haste. Let's make our way to Phandelin. On the way there, we can discuss some further things. So you all, I'm assuming, agree to continue forth to Phandelin,
Yep.
or do you can? All right.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna swap the map here again. Back to the map. All right. So you make your way. It's still a day or so travel. Um, you all are conversing back and forth as Sildar kind of chimes in and mentions that I will stand true to paying you the amount that I promised. I believe it was like 10 gold pieces each. Do you recall? But if anything, now
I
that your
think it was
friend
20.
unfortunately is not here, now that I think about it, this is DM speaking. Is that the actual number, or are you negotiating a price?
Not the actual number.
All right, if you want, you can go ahead and roll persuasion. I couldn't honestly remember what we
Okay.
did, so it works out. Go ahead and roll with advantage, because DM didn't make that note.
No payment is needed from me. Dealing with the threat of that
I'll take
goblin
it.
board is an issue. Enough.
Where the heck is persuasion? Oh, there it is. Oh God.
So it's after it's in P. So they're in alphabetical order.
I got a 10.
Um,
I have a
no, that
-1.
seems a little bit higher than I remember. I mean, granted, I'm not in great shape. I fortunately got to rest a little bit, but I think it was more so in the middle. So 15 gold each. So I
Yeah.
mean, granted that was split between well, six of you at the time. Now is five. I can make adjustments. We can round up a little bit.
Well, Sky
20.
said he didn't want
Five,
his, so
four.
really it's 4.
Ah,
Sky
valid
wasn't
point.
technically a part of it.
That is true. I
Ah,
definitely remembered that.
well, in that case, when we get to Phandalin, assuming a safe travel, because I'm not in good health, I can hold my own a little bit, but I appreciate, you all continuing forth with me to, make sure I get there safe and sound. I will say I am still looking. The whole reason why I joined along with the Rockseeker brother, specifically Gundren, there are three. Um, was to find a missing friend of mine, a human wizard. He was a contact in Phandalin, so I hope by the time we get there, you all settle some affairs. But I need to go seek this individual. Um,
Hmm.
Why?
yeah. Well, have you heard of the Lord's Alliance? No.
I am not familiar.
No.
Don't
Hmm.
reckon we heard about
Uh,
that on a
have
ranch.
I?
uh, yeah. I mean
The
that's a valid
Lord
point, right? Yeah.
Alliance.
Yeah. If you guys want to roll a history check, go ahead. Otherwise,
I'm sure that's going to be great for me too. Oh yeah. Oh whoops.
I'll
I didn't
just
mean to roll
choose
the
to
advantage.
fail
It's a
that
9.
without rolling.
Oh, yeah, same here.
Yeah, I got a 9.
11, 9. So is that only
Actually,
Ephraim and Ragnar rolling?
I'll try. It's
Barry lives
probably
in the
not great.
woods, so
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I assume mine's probably bad as well. Sky knows shit. Stop. Nothing.
What was
Knows
that?
nothing. Knows nothing.
Yeah, rolled 2.
Knows
Nice.
nothing.
Well, I
give
mean,
me
the
five.
Lord's Alliance is we'll say a secret organization. Granted, I feel like I need to disclose this information as we are a little bit more acquainted than we originally anticipated. But we help bolster um, kingdoms and ensure that they are ran properly. Granted, this individual was a contact in Phandalin, and we haven't heard from for some time. So I tacked on with my friend Gundren. Fortunately, he was going that way as well, and I need to just check in and see if that individual is there. I will say I don't know if we had any time to speak of the issue. I mean, granted, my memory's a little cloudy with losing all that blood, but the Rock Seekers did find something of great value, which I think would be worth investigating as well for your time in Phandalin. Um, Gundren had a map, but the spider, if you remember my mentioning of him, uh, sequestered um, Clarg, gave him orders to take Gundren and this map to that Cragmaw Castle. Um, so again, another thing we should probably look further into because we need to find our friend and then hopefully help him in whatever uh, that map may lead to. It's something called Wave Echo Cave.
Does that sound familiar to any?
Wait, Wave Echo Cave is the name where the map leads us to?
Yes.
Would my character be familiar with any of these landmarks?
I would say whoever has proficiency in either history or arcana, go ahead and roll. Hopefully that's one of you. Since none of y'all are casters.
I don't have either of those, but I do from my background have an ability called Wanderer that
Okay.
reads, you have an excellent memory for maps and geography and can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Okay.
So-
I am proficient in Arcana.
All
And I
right.
got a dirty 20.
Nice, dirty 20. Nice. As far as like your point, Ephraim, I would say if anything, you more so remember the mentioning of the Cragmaw Castle. It didn't really come to you uh, as a parent when it was brought up just due to the stress of the situation.
Mm.
You do recall at some point in the deep woods there being a castle-like ruin. As far as if that was the Cragmaw Castle or not, you're not certain. But
Okay, so somewhere, just looking at the map here, somewhere sort of like northish of that red X
yeah.
in those
Oh,
woods. Gotcha.
I have a whole bunch of things open, so I don't see it. I just said blankly yes. Let me move all these out
It's
of the
just off.
way.
I put the red X just off of the Tribord Trail where I assumed the
Okay.
cave that we were dealing with probably was somewhere around there.
No, so you can remove that. I can actually, now that I have all these windows out of my view, let me bring some markers. Oops.
I
Onto
erase
the screen. This. It's always fun trying to figure out what layer things are out of the box.
Kyle, you should be able just to select that X and then delete it. Select the X you created.
Yeah, you might need to if you change your cursor to the arrow
Yeah.
instead of the hand. Yeah. If you try to do it with the
It's
hand,
not
it
letting
won't do
me.
it.
I have to zoom in.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think I
There
can
we
just clear it across. Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, so I marked it there. Looks
I was a little bit far. I apologize.
no, I
Ye-
mean you were pretty close. It was the
Yeah.
next hex over, so good guess. For Barry, I would say you recall reading some like a scroll of some sort that I'll read out to you that more than 500 years ago, clans of dwarves and gnomes made an agreement known as the Phandelver Pact, by which they would share a rich mine in a wondrous cavern known as Wave Echo Cave. In addition to its mineral wealth, the mine contained great magical power. Human spellcasters allied themselves with dwarves and gnomes to channel and bind that energy into a great forge called the Forge of Spells, where magic items could be crafted. Times were good, and the nearby town of Phandelver prospered as well, but disaster struck when bandits swept through the north and laid waste to all in their path. A powerful bandit force, reinforced by evil mercenary wizards, attacked the Wave Echo Cave to seize its riches and magic treasures. Human wizards fought alongside their dwarf and gnome allies to defend the Forge of Spells, and the ensuing spell battle destroyed much of the cavern. Few survived the caverns and tremors, and and knowledge of the location of Wave Echo Cave was lost. So I'll put that in the chat for if you need that.
Thank you.
Read it. I guess hindsight, being that he successfully rolled for it, could have whispered that to him and he could have summarized it. But anyway, um, so yeah, it was led off of him mentioning Wave Echo Cave. I guess what do you all do from that point? Do you discuss further? Do you ask him any questions?
You spoke of this wizard. Do you fear that something similar to you and Gundren may have befell this companion of yours?
Do like it? What is in relation to the job that I was doing with Gundren?
Being attacked by these nefarious groups surrounding this territory,
Uh,
or eliminated by some outside threat, uh, or are you just here to speak with them?
well, I mean, I gave a lot of thought while, I was being imprisoned at that goblin hideout, but that thought never crossed my mind. I don't see any relation at this point. Not saying it's not possible, but um, I was just simply on an errand. I usually, hold up in Neverwinter, and just as an ask for orders from higher up in the organization, um, they asked that I make my way to Phandalin and see if I can figure out why the communications from this individual had ceased.
So investigatory purposes. Understood.
No, I just want to make sure I understood that conversation because this guy's real loquacious. So we're wondering whether or not this spider fella might have taken the wizard friend, right? That's the
I
question.
Yes, the goblinoids and spider folk that are here that attacked Sildar. My fear was that this wizard was attacked by him as well. But
Mhm.
I want to ensure that any other individuals.
At this point, I just think it's purely coincidental. Us making our journey. I mean, granted, I think it's more in relation to what Gundren had brought to my attention about discovering this map leading to the Wave Echo Cave, seeing as, again, he was sequestered to be taken to that Cragmaw castle of sorts to by the spider person. All
And
I know about him is he seems to be a shot caller of sorts in the ranks of whatever organization goblins are involved with. They seem to be more of fodder, if anything, from what I've noticed. Um, but yeah, he seems. All I know is that he's a drow. That he seems to be a leader of sorts, and it never seems. In my time, I've never seen goblins working with anything outside of orcs and bugbears. So it was very interesting. I'm guessing he was looking for this Wave Echo Cave. As
So
and
far as the
did
relation to my friend in the Lord's Alliance, I'm not sure.
by chance did Gundren show you this map? Are you aware if he had it on him?
Oh yes. I mean, he didn't show me the map. Granted, we're friends, but he just wanted me. Um, we had common interests to travel together. We're friends before this journey. But he seemed a little bit um, not reserved, just not wanting to reveal too much information just yet to start a flurry of rumors or anything like that. But he did have a map case, and I did see that there was a map in it. I did not see the map itself, though.
Understood. Thank you.
Great wealth, in my experience, great wealth seems to take a hold of dwarves, especially especially sharply. They crave riches and gold and all things that can be mined from the earth. So perhaps he was a little reticent to share that information until he had established his claim.
Mhm.
Now,
Reasonable to think that way. I mean, I'm not putting it past Gundren, but we've known each other for some time, and he never gave me the impression that he was greedy or scheming in any way. It was just more so he wanted to ensure that if I would assume, if they were to find this cave and this forge of spells, then maybe they can do good for Phandalin.
Yeah, I mean, from what I know about what I read, it was kind of almost like a myth. You know, 500 years ago was a long time. I mean, I wasn't even a little egg in my mama's clutch. So a lot of time has passed, and Wave Echo Cave could be for real, or it could just be another story of all the stories that we've all heard, like a five-headed dragons and crazy stuff like that doesn't exist.
Yeah, five-headed dragon. Come on, that's crazy.
Don't you be speaking fairy tales now.
There's no such thing. That's impossible.
Look,
You gentlemen seem to be speaking pretty loudly, and I think I've heard a thing or two about what you're talking about.
Where is this dude? Where is this dude coming from?
Just came out of the woods.
Stepping from the woods is a dark, short, hooded figure.
Bow out.
Uh,
Immediately.
Yeah, I'm pulling my weapons out. That's kind of creepy.
I assure you,
Just by
gentlemen,
himself?
yes,
Seems we got snuck up upon. Rather,
I assure
quietly.
you, gentlemen, while my people may have a rap for not being the most kind, I fortunately am blessed as a little smarter, and I mean you no harm.
Your
You just
people? What? Who is your people? Who
Who
are
are
you?
you?
And he's going to lift his hood and reveal a goblin. My name
hey,
My name
Oh, I
is
swear to
Nib
God.
Farkle. I'm in these woods because a while ago my boys left me, my twin boys, and a lot has gone unsaid over the years. I've learned new things, and I'm trying to reconnect with them, or my master. And I happened to be wandering by, and I was just wondering if you had any information about either of them or my master, who saved my life. And I presumed that your conversation here, I do have a bit of information. I might provide something useful to you. You might provide something useful to me.
well, let's start with what the names are.
Who's your
Who?
master's name?
Well, first of all, your name. Oh, you already told us your name. Your
Yes.
master and your boys.
Well, my name is, as I said, Nib Farkle. I had two sons.
I did catch that.
Nib Frickle, who
Mhm.
who we called Nif. He was a good lad, and his brother Eban. Was that what it was, Joe? Was I
Hold on.
close?
I don't remember off
E-bomb.
the top of my head.
E-bomb's world.
Yeah, it was something along Airbron or something like that. Oh, I'd seen my backstory and everything, and I
Ebel.
just totally
Ebel.
Ebel.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Ebbel.
Yeah,
So-
so
so-
my boys Nif and Ebel.
And who was your master?
A few years ago, I was in a low point, and I was approached by a great man who offered to teach me how to use the pain I was feeling. You might know him, you might not. He was a very particular man. His name was Galan Kith.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
man?
put my arm around the goblin. So let's start with the bad news. No. Let's start with the good news. The good news is your journey's over.
Oh, well, wonderful. You know of Master Galan?
Yeah,
Yes, you will meet
yeah,
him soon.
we
I
sure
will.
did.
Oh,
wait.
good. Good. I appreciate
Wait.
you guys. Obviously, you don't get a great reception showing up at someone's camp as a goblin. And I appreciate you guys understanding.
Or
Well,
stepping
well,
out of the
as-
window.
as you can tell, I'm half green myself.
Yes, sir.
So the bad news is they all dead. We might as well get on. Let's get on down the road. Come on now,
I'm
jump
sorry.
on the wagon. Let's go. No, it's all right. We'll take you to Phandelver. It'll be fine.
Surely you jest. They all? How would you even know my sons? Or I understand knowing Galan. We met in these forests, so you would know. You might know him, but how would you know my boys? There's no.
Well, we did run across a feller named Nif.
Really, he hated that nickname. I don't
was
know
a
why.
bug.
Well,
Yeah.
he was
That's probably why he and Galan got in a big old fight.
yeah, he was
Oh,
strange.
so
He
Galan found Nif.
Oh yeah.
It was always my
Yeah.
little pet name for him, and Galan thought it was hilarious. So
Yeah.
he always, said if he ever met them, he'd refer to them as that, so they knew that.
Yeah.
Their
So
father
anyway,
had-
I hear there's a great tavern in Phandelver. Why don't we head down there? We'll all get some drinks. All right.
Yes, it has the name traitor. What do you feel about that word traitor?
well, as I stated,
That's right. It's called the Friendly Trader. Come on now.
I have no interest in double crossing you folks.
well,
My boys have been on the wrong path for years, and I'm honestly not surprised I'm too late. My journey's been long to come to this realization that I could try and be better for them, so that they might have fell to their own hubris and idiocy, following around whatever other goblins they were with.
Yeah,
Does not
it kinda
surprise
makes
me.
you-
It
Kinda
saddens
makes you
me,
feel
but
like an arrow in the heart, you know?
yes.
Straight
Between
to
the
the
eyes. Sorry.
Sir,
I had to cough there.
you're being oddly specific about things. You know something that I need to know about my boys?
No,
Well, if it makes you
sorry.
feel
I mean, they're dead.
if it makes you feel
Well-
any better, as a father, my daddy left me behind in the middle of the winter to die.
Gotcha. Well, my boys left me
So
behind.
don't feel too bad. You're a good dad compared to mine.
I'll
Maybe
tell you a
now,
story.
but not always.
There was one time where I was like looking at the stars and the skies and the galaxies, and a moth fluttered and landed on my nose, and it didn't say anything at all. And that's when I learned that sometimes the wisest words are no words at all. And I think that may be fitting for our journey to the friendly trader.
So
Barry just tell us to shut up.
no, I believe those were quite wise words spoken.
That's
Once
definitely
I
wise
Wise
leave
way
words
the
to
from a
sum
young
it
traveling,
up.
turtle.
quite wise words.
He speaks true, and I mean, was Galan a part of your party here? Did he provide a role for you?
Yeah,
He's a
Yes.
hero.
he's the
Yeah, he's
reason we're alive.
He's I'm sorry, he's a hero. I mean, I know he saved my life, but
He
That's what
saved
he
all of our lives, sacrificing himself.
well, that sounds like him. He was always the nicest, the most beautiful, the kindest. Generally a great guy, honestly, even who he was on the inside and the outside, always great to everyone. And, everyone liked talking to him. And he was like I said, awesome guy. And
You
so
need to
sorry
like,
to
Well, I will.
interrupt. So
do
I
you
can
need to
say
like
this.
rub one out right now, or what's
no,
happening?
that was me transitioning to me and talking about me. Don't mind me.
I
we were
can tell you
talking
this
of
now.
a
I've
hippo
only ever
person.
known one. I've only ever known one, but he was the nicest Jif I ever knew.
Well, yeah, I feel the same. Um,
GIF, yes.
Yes, he was very adamant that he was a GIF, not a.
Sounds
Oh,
like two
Not a
different individuals that we might have met, but I'm nonetheless will take your word for it simply based on the valiant effort that he gave to our friends
was
here.
was he a
But
blood hunter? Did he do some shit with his blood?
Oh, he did a
Yes.
lot of shit.
All right, then yeah, then we're talking about the same guy.
lots of naughty
Um,
words coming from your mouths. Um,
I'm a goblin.
yes.
Yes, we are aware. That's why my bow
Uh,
is still.
my
I
point being,
foresee donations in the future.
my point being, if Galan served a purpose with you, I I owe him my life, and so I will fulfill whatever duties he has to you in his honor, if that is something you would like.
Well, friends, I hadn't seen anything to make, I don't know, points to a blood hunter or anything with blood. Is this what he says true? Is this the same person? If so, then maybe we should consider letting him tag along. I mean, I will say you might have to keep your hood up. I don't think
Yes,
Phandelin will take kindly to, unfortunately, your kind. But
I'm quite well versed in going in cities and disguising myself as a halfling that is just riddled with disease. So I have no issue doing that.
If worse comes to worse, we could always pretend he's my child.
Yes, and I may suckle at the teat.
Well, I'm fresh out of milk, little guy, but
very
I don't
So,
know if
interesting.
we're gonna be
how?
suckling at
So,
anything.
Sildar, how far are we from Phandalin now?
Well, I mean, he looks up at the sky. It's
Hold
making mark
on,
to the sun.
we have a certain someone named Red Spartan 8, which I believe is
That's me.
Kyle, who donated $15 to Child's Play. Did you
I've
swear
Here,
and you
making
guys.
some
missed it?
mistakes this morning, this night.
Cheers.
All right, cheers to you, Kyle.
Cheers.
From 2 weeks ago and this week.
I will walk over to Sky because I noticed that Sky still has his bow out and still has it
Oh,
sort
completely.
of trained on the goblin arrival. I'll go over to Sky and I'll just put an arm around Sky's shoulder and put a hand on his bow and sort of gently try to push it down and say, "Friend, let us allow this gentleman to prove himself. If he proves, and I'll say this quietly to him, not where everybody can hear it. If he should prove false, then I will gladly join you in putting an end to him the way we put an end to Nif. But for now, let us just take him at his word.
Was that quietly?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was just whispered
Between us,
to,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, to
And meanwhile, I'll continue to try to get. I'm going to call him Fark. I'm going to try to get Fark up on the wagon. Come on,
That's
buddy.
dangerously
Let's
I
close.
go.
apologize, but
Oh,
I was known as Nif, and so I called my son Nif as like a little me. He was never quite as intelligent, and thus fell.
you are with two Fs. He was with one.
No,
All right, Big Niff.
I checked.
Other Niff.
I feel as though my trust in those creatures is limited. He would show it quickly, lest
That's fine.
he disappears quickly.
I'm sorry. Was this to me?
No, to
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I am deliberately trying to interpose to keep you away from that conversation, trying to get you up on the wagon. Come on, we're gonna get you down, get you a
Mm.
drink, settle you down. It'll be good times.
I'll do some druid
Meanwhile,
craft, give you
Sildar's
some
just
flowers,
oh,
oh,
some
after
herbs.
Thank you,
after
Barry.
I
I'm just going
talk,
to go
oh,
and
go
bite
ahead.
out of him.
yeah.
After I talk
Sildar's
with,
just looking up at the sky and then looks back at Sky to answer how long is left in the journey, and realizing that Sky has already lost his the attention or keeping attention on Sildar. Is like, oh, well, I mean, we have about half day, but why is everybody walking in separate directions?
I'm on the cart.
after talking to Sky, I'll go to the cart and I will ask, um, did did your character tell us what you want to be called, or did you just introduce yourself as Neb Farkle?
I am Nib Farkle, but he's known as Nif.
Okay, so I say perhaps we should elaborate a little bit. Your sons fell in with a creature named Clark. Does that name mean anything to you?
Joe, does it?
I would say, yeah, you would know that.
Yes, he makes his way around to the different goblin camps of the forest and recruits goblins, young impressionable goblins, to come and be his fodder, essentially.
Yes, this uh Clark had directed the goblins who follow him, including your sons, to kidnap our friend Sildar here. And it was in trying to free our friend that the confrontation happened in which both Galan and your son Nif tragically died. Um, I presume that your other son is also dead, but we unfortunately had to flee from the rest of Clark's goons before we could see the final outcome of the battle. So,
That that is unfortunate, but you have
yes.
provided me with a silver lining per se. Maybe my son Ebel still lives, and we might be able to save him. Maybe seeing me will keep him from attacking you. I don't know, but I know that Clark is a valiant foe, and the fact that only one of you died facing him is a miracle in and of itself. So, um, I would gladly return with you if you wish to go back there at any point, but I understand
Perhaps we may,
the
because he
circumstances.
did kill our friend and your friend, Galan. I feel like we owe a debt of blood, Clark's blood, to him.
Sounds perfect.
Well, I hate to to interrupt, but it is starting to get a little dark. We should probably make our way to Fandel, and if anything, you know, when you all get there, you can continue the conversation. But I would like to try to find my colleague if possible.
Is the road safe to travel at night, or should we make a camp?
Um, I mean, from what we've already experienced, probably not. You have a good point. I mean, I thought it was safe, and then I was kidnapped. So you all want to make camp?
Mm,
I have
gotta be
dark
honest with
vision.
you.
How many other people have dark vision? One,
I
two,
think
three.
almost all of us except
four.
the humans.
All right. So I say
Dark
the
vision.
humans jump on the cart. I'll drive it since I can see. The humans can take a nap in the back, and we just we move through the night.
Yeah, because
I'll
we don't
walk.
know. We don't know that Clark and his remaining goons aren't tailing us. They very
That's
well
true.
could be.
That's true.
That's a valid point. Yeah. Okay.
I'll
All
walk
right.
along the left side of the cart.
I'll flank the opposite.
Okay.
Since I'm tiny, I'll drive the cart.
I'll just sit here and
Drink.
stare.
Sharpen your
Stay
blades.
here and stare.
I'll be
I'll scout it.
the direction guy with Nif.
I'll scout ahead.
I'm gonna hold the reins and like turn back and look at Ragnar and be like, "Is that 2 war picks?
Yes.
You
Why?
you go into battle with 2 massive war picks.
Yeah.
That's so unconventional, but look at this. You're
It's so
talking to a nice
necessary.
goblin, so who am I to judge?
It's so necessary. Imagine if you only had one. You only can hit people with 1 war pick. What's the fun in that when you can have a second one and hit them twice?
You know, you honestly have more of a point than I think anyone else would give you credit for. I'm in. Oh, I love it.
Exactly.
You guys are great.
Glad somebody understands this is not weird that I have 2 war picks.
No, not at all. I don't. Anyone who would say otherwise is crazy.
Exactly.
Hey,
Well, I
I
can't
do
see
have
you right now because it's dark, but
Oh, believe me, I see you and your picks. Keep sharpening
that's
them.
weird.
I do have a question for Sildar before I get too far away. Which is, up till now we've respected the privacy of our employer, I think, and not really checked out the cargo. But just in case it becomes relevant, should we know what's under the tarps?
I think that's only fair, but to my understanding, it was just in preparations for ideally to get to the cave. Give me 1 second. Pull up.
Just in case we do get
Crazy to
attacked.
say.
I like to know what kind of supplies we have available.
What kind of
Understand.
usable supplies?
hmm Look, I played a lot of survival games at night with little to no equipment, and
So, you lift the tarp to find that it's packed full of an assortment of mining supplies and food. This includes a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, shovels, picks, and crowbars, about a dozen each, and 5 lanterns with small barrel of oil, about 50 flasks in volume. The total value of the cargo is unknown to you, but that is what's in there.
all right, good to know we've got some lanterns and oil if the humans need it.
That's a lot
And
of
kegs.
oil.
But also, friendly reminder: you are bringing this to, I believe, Barthen's Provisions in Phandelin.
Yeah, I'm not saying I want to use it. I'm saying that if we get attacked on the road, it's good to
Oh,
know that it's there.
certainly. Just if anything, we keep inventory of it so we can at least, purchase some more to supplement back.
Apologies. What is this?
Or to ensure that we
The
deal with
cart's
fire quickly.
Yeah,
if
yeah. Well,
it's the cart.
what is it? Explosives?
Well,
oil.
Yeah,
Oil.
just
Oh,
oil
a
for
cask
magic,
of
magic
oil,
oil.
along with some other stuff that
Alright.
could burn and explode.
Sorry. Babies being difficult.
All right,
what?
good to know.
All right, so you all
A third
continue
kid?
your way down the path, making your way about dusk. So there's still a little bit of light as you the rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandelin. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer homes and shops, showing how this must have been much larger of a town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street as it climbs towards a ruined manor house on a hillside at the east side of town. As you approach, you see some children still playing just before they have to go in on the town green, and town folk tending to chores or running errands just before everything closes up. Many people look up to you as you approach, but don't say much of anything, maybe a few smiles or a wave. They do recognize that um, you are newcomers to the town, but they continue to their business as you go by.
Howdy.
You recall, let me switch the map, but you recall Gundren giving you um, a rundown of Phandalin and what different buildings are there. So switching over to Phandalin. This might be a hard map to show on the
Stream.
Don't worry, I'm a
stream,
professional.
but it's a biggie.
Do we see any like provision signs like for the general store?
So in general, like from the map, I'll just say that it was a map provided to you as we switched over, but that it's as you're entering from the top there to Tribord
Mhm.
Trail, that's where you're coming from. That Bartham's Provisions, where you're expected to bring the delivery, is one of the first buildings there.
Gotcha. So everyone has this except for Sky and Nib, probably.
I mean,
Oh, because of
I would
dark vision?
No, because Sky didn't join into it until late,
Ah,
and then Nib
right.
joined from the woods.
Valid point. Yes.
I mean, we can share the map. It's not like
Yeah, it's just one
Well,
map. I wouldn't say
at this
individual
point,
maps, so you're all
yes, but
looking
yeah.
at it. Yeah.
try getting
But, like,
goblins to
we-
share.
I'm saying like we wouldn't have had like, oh, we could have studied this map while we were traveling. Essentially, like we wouldn't just know based on like, oh, I've seen this map one time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Ephraim would, I think, from his the thing he read earlier, gives the
Oh, the
exact.
observant.
Yeah, his Sherlock Holmes vision.
It's,
All right. So what do you all do?
so we're looking really at what, like this red building? Is that
Yes.
it? Okay.
Oh, hold on. Looking at the stream, yeah, y'all don't see Jack. I was wondering
I'm
why
like, what
you had
building?
asked. Hold on, give me 1 second. I don't know why by default they put these all on the
Oh, like,
GM layer. Whoops.
and then you can slowly, as people learn, add to the map.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess
Pretty cool feature.
that's a good point. Well, here I was saying like I don't get why they're doing that, but that's probably why. So can you see that now?
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
Just the arrow.
Yeah,
A
I
big
guessed
arrow.
correctly.
The first
Um,
big house.
I would say
see
you were
that.
given. I'll put these ones on the map because you're at least made aware of them.
Joe,
And
since
recently.
I've been in and out of towns, do we want to say that I've been to Phandalin or only to the other towns around?
I would say since it's close by, that I would say that's reasonable.
Okay.
That you've been to Phandalin.
Then I would like to try and recall what
All of the location names.
no. But like what my go-to like places are. Like if I'm looking for a place where adventurers should be getting a room, or the best bar to go to that doesn't ask too many questions, or anything along those lines.
Yeah, so I would say you are aware of this one that I'll put on the map layer there. So you're aware of Stonehill Inn
Mhm.
being the city's main inn, but also like restaurant and bar. But there's also the Sleeping Giant, which was more easier to fit in because it's more of a squirrely crowd, I guess per se. More of a watering hole tap house that does have more squalid level of places to stay. So that's
Gotcha.
where you tried to stay or go when you were in Phandalin to keep a low profile.
Right.
And
Gentlemen,
what
I've
is
been
the
with. Oh, sorry. Ben,
what
go
is the Lion Shield? What is the Lion Shield coster? That's the other one that you put there.
So that was just the meant. So that's a good point.
That
I
was the
should probably
Wizards,
mention all
right?
these. So for say what's up?
Wasn't that wasn't that the Wizard group?
No, I don't.
Wasn't it
Oh no,
Lion
that was
something?
Lord's Alliance.
Lords
That was
Alliance.
the, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, you recall Gundren pointing out, like giving you this map, but pointing out that Barthen's Provisions was here. That if you needed a room and board, you can go to Stonehill Inn. And while Barthen's Provisions has most adventuring supplies that you would need, there is a somewhat of like a franchised location per se in this fantasy realm called Lion Shield Coster that will uh, have more supplies that they can kind of ship in. So he marked that on the map for you. As far as
It's like
everything
an
else, it's up to
Arby's.
your discovery, but
They're everywhere, and no one knows.
yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Well, gentlemen, I know of in the Sleeping Giant. It is a local bar that you can be more discreet in if that's something we're looking for. However, the Stonehill Inn is a reputable location, a bit safer part of town. I myself would prefer the Sleeping Giant, but I'm with you. So whatever we're doing.
Personally, I would recommend Stonehill Inn. From what I've heard from Gundren, just because they're good patrons. I haven't heard much about Sleeping Giant Inn, so just wanted to pitch that as a point there. I will be staying personally in the Stonehill Inn.
Stonehill Inn it will be.
Yeah, I would just need to rest up before I try to seek my colleague. But what do you all?
But if you're more comfortable, little buddy, I'll go with you down to Sleeping Giant.
No. I'd rather not separate us. The city can be crazy sometimes, so I think
Why
it's
not?
best
What
we
could go
stay
wrong
together.
with separating the party?
I'm sorry.
Everything great happens when the party gets separated.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
see what the
what
downside is.
adventure parties you've been a part of, but I have seen countless goblin raids tear apart adventurers because they decided to not group up. So I'm going to advise against that.
Sildar, do you happen to know where the temple is in town?
Unfortunately, I do not. Um, Mainly because I've never actually been to Phandalin. This is more of a newer town of recent couple of years, but like I said, I'm from Neverwinter and predominantly stuck around that area for a majority of my life, despite going to battle in various other areas for war, but
Well, then I
not
shall
here.
go with the group into Barthen's and ask there. If they do not know, I'm sure at the Stonehill Inn they can tell me where the temple is. I have business there.
Okay, so do you all decide as a group to go to Barthen's, or are
Is
we
Barthen's
splitting
open?
here? Everything as you were approaching, you notice are coming to a close, but they're still open. Like they're
Okay.
kind of closing up shop by like bringing furniture in or something, or sweeping off the decks.
Yeah, we need to offload this cart and oxen before I have to flip it over on its
Understand.
belly and rub it.
Did you just say flip it over and rub its belly?
Yeah.
I like missed it, but it was piecing together as I
That's how
was
you get him to
speaking.
sleep at night, obviously.
It solves everything.
Put
I
it
mean,
to sleep.
how else are we gonna put the oxen to bed?
So, do you all make your way to Barthen's?
Barthen's, yeah.
All right. So, Sildar ends up mentioning to come find him in the morning. He'll be at Stonehill Inn, but he walks off to grab some rest. And we're going to move to another map.
What? No.
Yeah.
Nice.
Once I can figure out where I put my notes for the town. Here it is.
That must mean we're gonna get into a fight, guys. Be prepared.
Always right.
He says hello. I pull out my crossbow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The thing that exactly happened when I showed up.
Well, you are a mysterious stranger in the woods.
Hold on.
In
Gary,
your
you
goblin.
appeared
Saying.
out
What?
of the
How
woods,
did you meet the party?
not walking out of the woods.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Listen, that's different.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's
Oh,
different
let me pull your
because you're not a
token
goblin.
here.
So now we're bringing race. I'm sorry, species into.
I mean, I'm humanoid.
Technically, so am I.
So's Goblin.
Goblins are humanoid
What?
too.
No, they're goblinoid.
No.
No,
they're
they have
humanoid.
2 arms, 2 legs, faces. They're humanoid.
Spells that affect humanoids affect goblins.
Yeah,
That's
they don't say
That's not a
goblinoids.
qualifier. That's not a qualifier.
Yeah, because the spell
Yeah,
says
it reads
Maybe
like
not the
magic.
you.
the
Very
goblin.
specific.
Is not
Just
species
let
specific.
Kyle spew his hate speech. It's fine.
This is very elvish of you.
That's
Listen.
true. Wait, that's
There are
racist too.
protectors of the forest, and there are vermin of the forest. I'm just gonna leave it there. Just
Oh
leaving
my
it there.
god.
Always
You all
looking
saw
down
that,
your
right? That's
nose.
a personal attack.
I gotta
I
tell
haven't
you.
attacked you yet.
Yeah.
Y'all
I said
can
person.
arrange yourselves however you like. Nib
Oh, sorry,
or
apologies.
Garrett,
Yeah,
do you have...
I didn't know how long I would be as a hooded figure, so I changed my token. Let me swap it back out.
Did you say we can arrange ourselves? We are definitely getting into a fight.
No. No, I didn't like the idea of
Not sure.
Just sitting on a map.
yeah, not showing. So yeah, I hate just having to look at a town map. So shout out to
Is-
Morvold Press if ever you watch the stream, because you have a bunch of free
I
maps
think I've heard
online.
that one.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they
need
have
to
a
write
lot of
that
really
down.
cool quality maps. But
Is
for a lot of the
this-
common modules or whatever. So,
Is
for
this
like
Barthen's
the-
or is this Stone Hill?
so this is Barthen's. So the entryway is there. So before you stands a modest single-story building made of weathered wood. A sign hanging above the door reads Barthen's Provisions. It is mostly faded, but the portion that says Barthen's looks freshly painted on. A porch with a few rickety chairs and several barrels and crates line the front, while a hitching post stands nearby, ready to accommodate visiting travelers and their steeds. You see out front here. Oh, where is he? Yeah, I'll just say it. Imagine there's a porch there, but there's a little halfling, kind of sweeping off the porch and grabbing various supplies and bringing them in to close up shop. What do y'all do?
Howdy, feller. Got a delivery.
Do I know
Yeah.
anyone here?
What's
Is
that?
this someplace I would go or not go?
Mm,
You wait in the
I
cart,
would.
little buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say you're aware of this place, but
Try to avoid it because there's a lot of people. Got it.
yeah. What an icon. We'll have to fix that. But
I'm fixing it right now.
yeah. So as you approach, and you mention the delivery, he sees that you're carting the wagon with an ox. He says, "Oh, y- we were expecting you. Yeah, if you'll take the cart around back here," as he points this direction to make way and bring the cart there. Let me actually grab the cart from the other screen, just so we have it for gigs.
I don't know. That looks like a tight fit. We might want to go around the other way. Yeah, there you go.
Also, Joe, just so you know, Nip Frickle does not have his name showing.
Yeah, it's not tied to a character sheet, I don't think.
Gotcha. That's fine. Okay. Just making sure.
No, it is. It is. Well, I'll just put nib. Farkle. Yeah, we'll have to
2K.
compare that.
I totally forgot about the character sheet for Roll20. So I have it in
D&D Beyond.
Beyond, so I can roll it that way, but I did not.
Not yet.
All right, so I can't unfortunately give control to a I don't know, an image. I've tried, but it doesn't seem to.
You're an image.
It's not tied to a character sheet. I think that's why. So do you all decide to bring the wagon
Yeah.
around back?
Yeah, wherever they say to take it, I'll take it back there.
Okay, so
Whoever's driving, yeah.
we'll make our way down here, which I think shift click is what brings you out here. And then we'll back this puppy up. We'll put it right over the other wagon in there. So glad to well see that you all safely got here. It took some time, but it might be a good idea to just pop inside and let Amina know that you've dropped off the supplies here. She might be able to pay you. I don't know what was agreed upon. Honestly, I just work here.
Good sir, what is your name? I asked the halfling.
Oh, my name? My name is Thistle.
Thistle. While my friends take care of the load of supplies here, can you tell me where I might find the temple in town or the shrine?
Oh, the temple. Well, we don't exactly have a temple, but as you mentioned, we do have a shrine. So in the town square, there's the Shrine of Luck. That's just well, what west of the Stonehill Inn. You can't miss it. It's a big I don't know, structure of stones laid out made out to I don't follow the goddess honestly, but that's our only shrine that I'm aware of.
Very well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Anytime.
I'm just going to busy myself with unloading the cart and getting the oxen squared away just so I can stay out of the way.
Okay.
I will assist.
All right, so Ephraim and Nibfarkle, stay back. What are Barry, Trigal, Ragnar, Sky? What are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm going in. So
You guess you have no choice. Is what you're saying? It.
well, I mean,
I'm
they don't
just-
need that much help unloading. So
I'm just standing outside.
I'll ask
Just
Thistle if he
Just
knows
standing.
if he knows the blessings of Kellamvor.
Callum 4? No, I don't.
Uh, Kellamvor is among the greatest of the gods, for he prevents the dead from rising as undead.
Okay. Very nice to know.
I am a
Just
servant of his.
Oh, okay, that explains it. I was wondering where that was going. But yeah, I mean, very interesting. Never heard of him. Thank
Hmm,
you for letting me know.
very well. Who is tending the shrine these days, or does it have an attendant?
Well, Sister Garael, she recently came into town. I don't know from what temple, but she's been kind of keeping with the shrine. She prays there almost every day, so it seemed a little bit cleaner on the inside too. Not that it was getting super dirty, but I would say maybe her.
Okay, Sister Garel, I will find her. Thank you, Thistle. May
Yeah,
Kellenvor
of
bless you.
course. Thank you for his blessing. Yeah. I got to get back to it though. It was nice meeting you all. Bye. As he makes his way, I don't know, into another room.
He just fades into darkness.
Gets away from the weird elf talking about the god of the dead.
Yeah, he just kind of like keeps looking over his shoulder to see if like you're gonna follow him. He's like, okay, and like starts breathing a little better as he gets further away.
You just
Whew.
said,
So, moving, Trigal, I mean, I guess after that conversation, are you gonna be going and working with Ephraim and Ibfarkle, or are you going um to speak with Omina? Oh, you're on mute.
I'll go try to find Sister Garel, but go ahead and deal with these guys who are here first, and then we can come to me later on.
Okay. Um, let me get back. Also, I just realized, I mean, granted, sorry, stream, you're not going to be hearing music, but until we can get official music on the stream that's approved.
Correct. But
But
you can play the music. It's not going through.
yeah, I know. I just for me, it's I don't know, having
Distracting.
stale, like no music really bugs me. So I'm gonna put that on real quick for y'all. All right. All right. Anyways, so you all make your way into Barthen's Provisions, and as you come to the inside, you see a bunch of various adventuring supplies, uh, food supplies, all kind of stacked on shelves. You see a couple of customers um, still in the store, kind of perusing items. And then you see that they're at the other end of the room. There's a counter with a human woman behind it, kind of parsing through some documents and writing things down. Presumably, this may be the patron, Elmina, but you're not quite certain. What do you do?
mm, Barry, I don't know. He's
Hello
gonna
there.
he's gonna walk this way and just be appalled at these animal pelts. I'm gonna
All right.
stop and like say, like, just start muttering some druidic, um, kind of trying to put these, if there's any spirits that still remain with these pelts, at ease. Oh, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. All
Hello
right.
there, madam. Uh, Apologies for entering the establishment at this late hour. Uh, I was wondering, do you have any bandages or healing products of any kind?
Give me one sec. Um,
if it would be easier for me to return in the morning, I completely understand. I know I'm catching you at the worst hour of the day.
Oh, no problem. I'm happy to have anybody come in at any hour. So happy that you want to give business. So I'm more than willing to stay open a little bit longer if you're wanting to peruse some items. But you can take a look here at what we have in stock as she shares. I don't know if that's gonna pop up on the
I can see it.
screen or
Side.
not.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to look through there. As far as bandages go, I don't have much on that, but you could try looking elsewhere. For the most part, it's just kind of adventuring items that you may need along your journey. Some household items as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. I do see that this written series you have, hobbies for doomies. Uh, I I may grab one of those.
Oh yes, yeah. These are. This book is actually pretty great. It'll help with any of the particular artisanal tools that you might be looking to, adopt. So, from what I've heard, it's a great, easy to understand book.
Yes, I
So
would
you,
like to grab the cooking for doomies because I would like to do me cooking.
I think it's pronounced dummies. Um,
I think I know my languages.
oh, okay. Yeah, right. So, let me fish for that for you as she kind of she has all the books kind of stacked in a bookshelf behind her in the counter, rifles through the titles and sees it, pulls out a book, puts it down on the table, um, and mentions that it is 1 gold piece.
Of course, of course.
I'm gonna
For the
walk up
finest of
behind.
tools.
I'm gonna walk up behind Sky. Say, hey, Sky.
Yes, yes.
Can
Do
you
you want a
buy?
book as well?
Can you buy that sack for me?
Just like a pouch,
No,
like a woven sack.
just that sack that's on the wall over there.
I mean, do you which do you want the hempen one or do you want the woven one?
I don't know. It just looks like a sack. I don't know what it's made out of.
Well, well,
It
we
just
have
says
we
sack.
have only hempen.
Well,
I think you were reading rope, maybe.
oh,
No,
No, underneath
there's
rope
sack.
hempen, it just says
Right
sack.
underneath hempen.
oh yes.
It's sack.
Apologies.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, just sack, but not
well, I
like
mean,
any material particularly.
is
That's what
there?
I was
Do
meaning.
you not have any copper to deal with this?
No, I have no money.
No.
Oh, you are of the poor sort. Oh,
Yes.
very well. I'm going to buy 1 sack.
Okay.
I'm also going to buy him a tankard because I feel like he needs one.
All right. Go
Oh
ahead and
wow.
subtract. Sorry. That'll be 3 copper pieces on top of the 1 gold piece.
Yes, yes, of course.
All right.
I'm so
Anything
excited.
else?
I already get to use the sack, and I put the tankard in the sack.
No, thank you very much, and thank you very dearly for staying up late for us.
Oh, no, no problem at all. I mean, sun up to sundown, I always say, and the sun's down, not yet. And thank you for supporting local. Hey, we definitely appreciate it.
Of
Nice
course,
tie-in,
of
I like
course.
it.
So now what are y'all doing?
By now, would we assume the cart has been stored
Okay.
such that Nif and I can head on in, or at least rejoin the crew?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
Well,
Ephraim, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's better if I stay outside. Um, my disguise as a diseased halfling works, but better from afar than close. So I might just go hide in this bush, and I run off and hide in the bush.
Well, have it your way, but come join us for drinks later. All right.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, so Ephraim, you make your way in. Do you do anything in particular?
I mean, I will peruse what they've got in stock, but I don't see anything of particular interest to Ephraim.
Well, I will say if you're looking for anything additional, you can always check out Lion Shield Coster. And you can go to Grom's Smithy if you're looking for anything made of steel. He's a big sweetheart. He'll definitely help you out there.
Hmm.
I would encourage you to first stop by him, if anything, if you're seeking, again, anything of metal make. He can make just about anything, but he'll
Do you
always support local, I'd say.
do you think he can make a metal sack?
Um, Certainly an odd request, but I don't see why not. He's pretty skilled.
Interesting. I may have to come back here after I get paid.
Yeah. What it, what brings you to town anyway?
Money.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, Vandalin's up and coming, so I'm sure you can find a place to make some money here.
I hope so. I'm broke.
So, hint, is anybody gonna tell Almina that you dropped off the supplies to get your money? Anybody? No?
Oh yeah, I suppose I should on the way back in.
Oh,
Look,
is that
well,
what we're getting paid for?
I will in the spirit of sharing with the crew, loudly announce, oxen's all tied up, delivery's been made.
Oh, that would explain why we have so many new faces at once. Okay, well, thanks for bringing it by. Yeah, as promised, Gundren had left me some coin before making his way to Neverwinter with this whole plan. So here you go, as she gives each of you 10 gold pieces. Um, and then she does ask like what well, I guess we'll pause there because it is 8:59. We're gonna go ahead, just pause there and continue the conversation with Elmina after our break. It'll be about 15 minutes, so we'll return at 9:15. So grab a beer, do a bio break, but we'll see you then. right, welcome back, everyone, to the Adventures on Tap. Oops, all DM stream. Before we dive back into our session, just want to give you a quick rundown in case you weren't aware. But we do support charities locally here in Orlando, and we have a current charity that we're utilizing for our stream called Child's Play, which you can donate to there at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And also, we have integrated bits as well as channel points to our Twitch channel here. So feel free to throw in some bits and get some cool little interactions with our Twitch channel. But also, with the channel points, you can exchange it for what we're doing as giving advantage to your choice of either a player or an NPC. So as you can see, someone uh, playing within the stream decided to donate his channel points for a disadvantage and advantage, and we discussed on the little break there the way we're going to handle that. uh, just for giggles, is just to roll a d6 and see who that gets applied to. So looking at my character list, I'll go off of that reference. I'll start from left to right actually on the stream. So I rolled a 6, so let me remove my chat. That would be Ben. Or
Woohoo!
Ephraim, you're gonna get the first disadvantage or advantage, excuse me. And I'll mark that for
Well,
remembering with
whoever
a purple
completed it,
little
I
circle.
think was Chris, gets to choose whether it's advantage or disadvantage. I think.
Very valid point. Chris?
Hmm. Interesting.
Does he have
I'll
to
give him
decide
advantage.
now?
I'll give him
Alright.
advantage.
So I'll indicate that on your player icon or in the future on an NPC icon, whatever, so we ensure that we utilize that fun little challenge. We'll just call it now the purple circle as advantage, and then I'll give similar Twitchish color of pink if it's at a disadvantage, just for everybody to keep me and I keep myself accountable. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dive back in with the party, talking with Elmina. With Barthen's provisions, they finally informed her that they have brought the supplies that Gundren was transporting from Neverwinter um, to Phandalin, and that she had some coin that he left before he made his way to Neverwinter to grab the supplies, and was able to distribute that to the party. And she does chime in asking, as far as so it it was to my understanding that Gundren was supposed to be with you, but I don't see him here. Is he staying at the Stonehill Inn? Would I be able to see him? I haven't seen him in well, a 10 day at this point.
He was kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yep.
How, how did that manage to happen was in your watch or?
Oh no,
Well,
he traveled ahead of us.
I see. Okay. Well, I definitely strongly encourage that you find him. I mean, he's a dear friend of mine. I'm happy to throw in some supplies at a discount if anything, but you should definitely
Okay.
go find him. Do you have any whereabouts of, I don't know, where he may have been kidnapped and brought to?
I think we know where he is. Can I buy another sack?
Yeah, of course. I guess with that point, I can tell you what. You already bought a sack. You can have one on the house. Why
Wow,
do you like
this
all
is
these sacks?
great.
have you ever heard the name Cragmaw?
Unfortunately, yeah. There's been the occasional raid on around town and in town of these goblins that I don't know refer to themselves as Cragmaw. Yeah, I've heard of it. Why? Do you think that's who took Gundren?
We heard of a castle they may occupy, to which they may have brought him. And the most information you can provide would be most advantageous to us all.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know any whereabouts of a Cragmaw castle. Um, hmm. I mean, if anything, asking around town might be your best bet, but unfortunately, I wish I could help. But I all I can say is that I would encourage that hopefully you can go and save Gundren. Hopefully he's okay and still alive. But what about his
We
brothers? Did you hear anything on them?
unaware, but who in town would you think would know the most of this local area? Do you have any explorers, cartographers of any kind who may be known of the whereabouts?
Um, well, I mean, there's always the Phandelin Miners Exchange. Halia, she's a um leads that band of the Miners Guild, and they kind of act somewhat as the city guard essentially, because we don't have any structure of that sort. So she might
Hmm.
know. There's always Quellen Alderleaf as well. He might know. I mean, he's a past adventurer. I mean, that's a stretch, but you might be able to ask something from him.
My God, the children have created a guild.
What?
Shh, you're outside.
Actually, I said, hold on, give me a second.
You
I
said the
think I
miners
gave you the
guild. It
wrong
was a
name.
miners joke. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got it.
Um,
Oh.
Hey, can I creep up?
hold on, real quick. I said the wrong name. It's Darren Edermath. So I'll put
We'll
both
remember
these
that.
names in
Not
here.
not my brother Darren, my other brother Darren.
Quick addition. Gideon just threw in 2,000 channel points, so we are that
Sick.
much closer to our next advantage disadvantage. So we'll see what happens.
So I'm Twitch illiterate, so I'm just gonna be blunt
Don't
here.
worry,
What does
I'll
that
jump
even
in,
mean?
say the thing, just move on with your life.
Okay. Well, thanks, Gideon. You're awesome, man. Always coming and watching our streams. We appreciate it.
He did a good and or a bad,
And then Ferg just
depending
threw
on
in
their
more.
perspective.
Hold on.
Let's
So
do
I
this.
gave you Halia. Oh, let me just put these in the chat so you have the names.
Halia was the Miners Guild or Miners Exchange, and then
Yes.
Edermith was the former
Former
adventurer.
adventurer.
Yep.
Gotcha.
But yeah, well, I mean, safe travels, and if you need anything, I'll be here again, sun up till sundown. I mean, granted, looking outside a window, she peers back at you like it looks like I might be closing up shop once you're done here, but I'll be open bright and early. So if you need anything,
Real quick question, just because you seem to know everybody around town. Do you know a wizard?
um, no, nothing comes to mind. I'm sorry.
All
I
right.
have been here for a while, but I mean, granted, adventurers come through all the time, so sure, I've seen my fair share of, I guess, spellcasters of any sort, but nobody I am aware of
That lives
staying in
here.
town. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Hmm.
Fair enough. You
Thank you
have
very
yourself a
much
good
for
evening.
your service.
Thank you for your service. Yeah. Well, have a good night. So I guess we'll go over to Trigal. Um, because you were making, well, you were wanting to move your way towards the shrine without the group. Is that what I understood? Or are you going with the group?
Yeah, I was going to make my way to the shrine and see if I can find the Sister Gorel. I wasn't necessarily going to wait for the group to do that.
Okay.
I would then later on probably meet up with the group over at the Stonehill Inn.
Quick question. Would we have finished our unloading by the time he goes to leave?
Yeah, I would say,
Okay.
because that's why Ephraim went inside because you all
Okay.
had exclaimed
Then
that
from the bush, I'll be like, hey, Trigal, do you mind if I tag along? I think it's best if we at least keep in pairs at the very least. Strength in numbers.
No, I do not mind at all. Come along, Neff.
Okay. And then I'll throw up my hood and do my little shambling walk as a diseased halfling.
Okay. And being that the rest of the party are not aware of what Trogal, excuse me, or Freckle had gone, what are, I guess, what are y'all planning to do? Are you making your way to Stonehill Inn or Sleeping
Well,
Giant?
this is quite concerning because Ephraim, the first thing he planned to do when he comes out of the door is go, psh, psh, come on out, Nib. Yep, yep.
Trigal, do you think we should
Start-
leave some sort of sign for the guys to let them know where we're going? Maybe do you have maybe a scroll that we could like spike onto the oxen's horn to let them know, hey, we're heading to.
No. I was planning to meet up with them later at the inn. Since
Did you
we are
already
in
tell them?
town.
Yeah, I don't remember you telling them that. I just don't want them to think the worst.
I do not believe they would. They had a contract to deliver the goods. I was not part of that contract. So they have business to attend to, and I have business at the shrine to attend to.
Okay. Can I just real quick go back over to my bush? You can keep moving. I'm gonna go back to my bush and just like pull off a stick and just in the dirt. That's right. E Temple F.
All right. um, what kind of stat can I have you roll? I would say persuasion.
Persuasion. Am I persuading the ground to listen to me?
No, whether when they see the sign,
Gotcha.
if it's legible. That's
Well,
basically what I'm gonna.
oh boy, that's a 5. I would argue. Never mind. It's too late.
Well, I
All
mean,
right,
do you want to
Trigal,
speak?
they know. I left them a note.
Yeah.
Let's get moving.
Very
There's
well.
no way it's going to be at all confusing for them.
All right, so
Probably
y'all
good thinking, friend.
make your way out. So what I'll do now, Roll20 has this great feature where I can split the party into different maps.
Hey,
So I'm gonna move the,
that'll be fun to keep track of.
see the stream bot. Triangle. Oh boy. Oh, I don't have. Oh, there you are. Your name is Gallon still.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm gonna bring y'all over
Oh,
there. Everybody else, I'm gonna bring back to the Phandelver map for your choice once we realign with you. Sweet. All right. So I guess y'all can watch the stream. Um, so yeah, you make your way down the path based on the directions that he had gave you, and you see a small shrine built entirely out of variable sized stones and boulders, serving as a modest homage to some sort of god or goddess. At the top of the archway, opening to the center of the formation, is a large golden plate embedded into the center boulder, a etched depiction of the presumed goddess on its face. Its remaining unadorned structure quietly invites a sense of hope as you approach, but as you approach, excuse me, you hear a steady rhythmic pattering of liquid, accompanied by a gentle hissing coming from around the other side of the structure's perimeter that you approach from.
Oh,
So I'm gonna replace y'all. Well, I guess y'all are fine there.
Oh, I look at Nif. Do you hear that?
I do. It sounds like like a pile of snakes.
Yes,
Let's
perhaps
do it
we
straight.
It's
should.
coming from like this area.
Perhaps we should investigate.
Did you ping that, Joe? You said this area and I saw nothing.
Yeah. Do you see it now?
No.
Nope.
Are you
Oh,
pinging
I'm
on
pinging
the?
from the GM layer.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
know why it
okay.
was still on there.
All right.
Oh, okay. Do you think it's inside or outside?
Oh,
Does your god make these
I
noises?
would say your passive perception is high enough to tell that it's from the outside, not the inside of the structure.
okay.
All right. Well, I don't think this god stuff is okay. We're going for it. Never mind.
Yeah, I
We're
rough.
going for it. So
I
you,
will walk around here and I will just urge Nif to be careful. Don't stand too close to it in case there is something.
Believe me,
And
I
I
didn't
will
get this
get
far in
her-
my life not being a tad cautious. Oh, fuck.
And
so you make your way around, and the closer you get, you hear muffled giggling. Coming around the bend, you see two burly, grimy-looking men donning long scarlet cloaks, urinating on the wall of the shrine, shoving each other, laughing amongst themselves, and they appear to be fairly inebriated.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. All of that. Yes. Your piss stinks, brother. What did you drink?
I clear my throat.
Oh. They like gruffly like look over like, and the one that had originally spoke isn't speaking at this point. The other one chimes up like, right, hey, who are you? You're interrupting us emptying our tankards.
Does this look like an outhouse to you?
Oh,
It is
frankly,
outside.
anywhere's outside we piss on, we own this town. Who do you think you are? As he slaps Arlo, he's like laughing like, yeah, who do they think they are, man?
And who do you think you are, gentlemen?
They both like look at each other and kind of like straighten up a little bit and look over at you kind of intimidatingly. They're like, well, you've never heard of the Red Brands. I mean, you're a new face. You don't want to mess with us. I'm just saying. So you might want to, keep on walking wherever you were going.
Joe, I would know
Philip.
who these guys are.
Uh, go ahead and roll I would say history check because it's off of memory.
History. Nope, normal roll.
So what's on your head?
Oh, it's a burp cloth, but it's my
Oh,
cloak.
nice.
Oh, that's a whole
Love it.
4.
A whole 4. You remember at some point when you were in Phandelver seeing similar scarlet cloaks on people as far as their relevance or who they were or what their intentions were. You were not aware. You were more so focused on laying low. You did see a lot of them predominantly at the Sleeping Giant and seemed to fit the clientele there.
These guys are a tough sort. Tragle, maybe we shouldn't engage with them. You've made your peace. Now I say we just let them on their way. Last thing we want is to enter a new town and cause more attention to us.
Gentlemen, can you tell me where I might find Sister Gariel?
Sister what? Oh, we don't know, mate. You know what? Let's just get back to the Sleeping Giant in there. It's not worth their time to getting it rough with us. And frankly, I don't know who your sister is. But I ain't got any sisters, so I guess that's good. So there.
Very well. The blessings of Kelemvor go with you.
Right, mate. You're kind of weird. I don't think you. What are you, an elf? I've never seen your like around here. And also, who's Callum? What?
If you would like to come inside, I can tell you the blessings of Kelemvor, the Lord of the Dead.
Right.
That sounds
While
like a
that
pro.
sounds kind of cool, I would much rather drink. So, let's just say if you, since you're new in town, don't mess with the red brands, and you'll be safe. But I don't care about religion, so carry on. And they kind of walk away as they make their way. Sorry, I walked around the surface, but they walk past you and kind of bump your shoulders walking through, but also kind of tripping, inebriated. So we'll pause there.
As they pass, I turn and I look at Nif and I just go,
That's the spirit, friend. I have long since turned my back to others of lesser intelligence. It's the smarter move.
yes.
All right, we're gonna swap back to
Don't forget to move the stream
other
bot.
group. Yeah. So it looks like it's like telling me that I still are either of y'all still viewing Barthen's provisions map? Because it's telling me that all of y'all are on the Phandelver map, but I also have some sort of tag saying that somebody's on Barthen's. It's not clear to me.
Yeah, I actually just closed it a minute ago. I don't know if you saw a delay on that or.
All right, so we'll go shift scene to the rest of the group. Presumably, let me see. The stream has.
Oh, do you mean are we still at Barthen's Provisions? Because yes, I need to go look for Nib because I know where he was, or Nif because I know where he was hiding.
I
Oh,
think
right.
that the map.
I think he was asking if you could
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
map on your Roll20 screen.
Yeah,
Or
because
are
I
you
Yeah.
seeing the
had
full
y'all at
Phandelver?
yeah, I pushed y'all to the Phandelver map, but what I'll do is I'll push you because that's a good point. Y'all are still at Barthen's anyway, so let me bring y'all back there. Sorry, this new feature is fun, but it's
How
slightly
you can
confusing.
split and
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so now do y'all see Barthen's provisions?
yes, sir.
Sweet.
yes,
Okay.
I do.
All right, so what are y'all doing?
Yeah,
I'm
so I moved.
following
Rock
Ephraim.
tell me now. Okay.
Yeah, I moved around the corner to the bush where I knew he was hiding and go looking for him.
Okay. So as you, I guess, well, Ragnar, Barry, what are you doing? You just staying in the store?
Barry is still teary-eyed, pondering the why someone would extinguish such fine creatures just for their pelts.
I should
I'm gonna
probably
go
not
find
play.
Ragnar,
Barry
what
and
are you
just
doing?
I'm just gonna go up next to Barry and be like, hey, if it makes you feel any better, they probably died fast and quick
Oh man,
without pain.
no, it doesn't really make it feel better.
Well, I want to take one of my sacks out and kind of daub his eyes to get rid of the tears.
Well, I appreciate it, bro. I suppose we can move on. And Barry's just gonna get up and like slowly shuffle away behind Ragnar.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow. I guess whoever I saw leave the building, if I saw anybody. If
Sky and
not, I'm
Ephraim
just gonna
both
walk
left.
back out the front door here.
Yeah, so the map has an exit there. There's an entrance here, but also an exit.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
excuse me, that's a window. Disregard.
Leap through the window.
Gotta know how to read maps, derp. Yeah, you'll just bash through the glass.
Now
All right.
I go outside and be well. I don't know where anybody is. Do you, Barry?
No, I saw they were in there conducting business. So I guess we can just make ourselves comfortable at the Stonehill Inn.
All right. Sounds good to me. I don't know where anybody else is, but I guess let's just go there.
Yeah. All right. So we're just
So
gonna
do
start to
you
trot this way.
do you like soup or?
Three-way
Oh
party,
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. I mean, soup is a delicacy. You know, I
Yeah,
could whip
yeah,
up a mean soup.
yeah. I like putting potatoes in mine with some steak. Something
Yeah.
hearty. Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer a chowder like a fish soup, but yeah,
Yeah.
maybe some vegetable broth.
How
All
about
right.
turtle soup?
Any not
Ah,
turtle soup.
thank you. Okay. Someone else.
Anyways, we're gonna swap over to
Not
Ephraim
turtle
and
joke.
Sky. As riveting as this conversation is, what are y'all doing? You made your
Uh,
way back to where Nib Frackle was.
yeah,
Farkle,
Nif,
show some respect.
Farkle.
Nif. I'm pulling up bushes, looking for him. Nif,
What are
Nif, where'd
you?
you go,
Are you
buddy?
looking for berries?
No, I'm looking for the goblin.
Berries back there. He's the turtle.
I'm not looking for berries.
Turtle.
I'm
So
looking
I'd
for the
say go
goblin.
ahead and both of you roll perception.
I'm
Just
gonna
to
roll mine
see.
at disadvantage.
Don't forget you have your special ability, Ben, if you want to use it.
Yep.
Which? Oh, the
The
water
advantage.
thing? No, that's. Oh. Okay, gotcha. No, I'm just gonna.
Jesus.
I'm gonna regret this, but
24.
Nice. Yeah. 24 perception.
Apparently, you can read
okay.
Goblin shorthand.
Yeah. So,
Do both of us notice it, or do only I notice it?
well, Ephraim, I don't know if
Yeah,
that was automatic per
no,
advantage.
no. That was yeah. I had the advantage on. I used it.
Oh, so you use it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of you rolled a 24 and a 23. So you quite literally can see that Nib Farkle is not present in these bushes. You don't see Trigal in sight either, but you do notice that there is some sort of odd writing in the ground near the bush where Nib Farkle was, and you can make out that it seems to be uh, goblin shorthand, as Garrett put it, and you're able to make out that they have traversed elsewhere temporarily to the shrine. Being that I think at least Ephraim, you were aware from the oh no, all of you I think were by Thistle,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so you're aware that that's only
I
just down the street.
I also do have goblin as a language, so
Oh, sick. So that would have been a
It
tell you what, you
specifically
would have
says
had advantage
E.
on that, I think, naturally. So I'm gonna give you back your advantage.
It specifically says E Temple F.
yeah. It says E. That stands for evil temple. F. I don't know who F is. Frank, maybe. Evil Temple Frank. Evil Temple Frank kidnapped our buddies.
I have goblins as my favorite enemy. I don't know if that would give me advantage or not, but I mean,
This
I would
feels like a
say
hostile work
yes.
environment. I got to be honest here, guys.
what are you talking about?
I think
To
it would be
be fair,
reasonable if they're your favorite enemy that you know some goblin.
Basic, yeah.
Yeah. But you already rolled pretty well, so that was all we were looking for. But
Yeah.
to
Ben,
be
what's
fair,
up?
Garrett, you knew what the previous session was,
I
and
mean,
then made your character.
Oh,
So
I
this is
know.
on you, buddy.
But I love the idea of just being like, nope, their dad's here.
yeah.
Yeah, when he hit me with that, it was pretty funny.
Well, I mean, I think it looks as though they went to the shrine. Should we just let them deal with their own deity talk and meet them later?
I don't know. Kind of worried about that little guy.
I feel as though you have attached yourself quite early to an individual you just met. Saying that as an individual you also just met.
Well, I feel like if you were to go missing, I would come looking for you too.
That is a reassurance I am glad to have heard. And I thank you for that.
course,
You know
partner.
what? Why don't I buy you a drink? I heard the Stonehill Inn is right down the road.
Ooh, little will they, won't they?
So,
Well,
like,
let's
what
hope
kind of
we should keep
spice
an
do
eye
you
out
like
for
in your
them.
soup?
What?
There's like some cave spices. There's like, like you can use all kinds of things. Sometimes just natural taste is just good. Just straight up a little bit of salt from the ocean.
Oh yeah, that's good. I love salt, ocean salt.
Have you
Salt.
good?
You
Oh, have you heard the spice of thyme?
I don't know how you're talking to me.
You're around the corner. I hear you.
No,
You're
we've
not
left.
loud.
No, we've
you're
gone to.
I think they might have caught up with us.
I mean,
Oh,
you're
did they?
looking at each other.
We
on the
are
map,
ahead of you.
technically.
What are you talking about? We caught up with you. You're following us.
No, I'm pretty sure that you're following us.
Both of us are quite literally in front of both of you at this
Well,
You
we're
You
point.
guys
kind of
like
more like
salt?
on the side, but
Oh yeah, so just in light of Ferg's last moments there in the store, I think I should point out that I had stored in the wagon. I have now retrieved and am carrying my large hunting trap and Wolverine pelt.
What?
Oh, odd question, but did we clear with them that we can leave our cart here? Or was it their
yeah.
cart that we were
Well,
delivering?
It's
It's there.
essentially theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had thrown some of my heavier items in the cart at the beginning, and I'm now going to have to drag them around. That includes a 25-pound bear trap and a Wolverine pelt.
Well, I suppose you're not going to tickle their bellies with those, huh?
Nope, this here's for the ones that are too ornery.
Hmm.
You said you
All
once
right.
owned a farm, correct?
Right?
Why? Where? What? Why do you have that?
Protect the chickens.
Fair. All right then.
All
Accept
right.
it. Move on.
Accept it.
All
Just
right, then.
accept it immediately.
All right. So y'all continue the conversation if you'd like as well, but you make your way down the path from Barthen's Provisions towards the Stonehill Inn, which brings you to the city square for where you do come across the Shrine of Luck, where you see Trigal and Trigal and Nibfarkle. So I
Yeah.
will temporarily switch back to Trigal to take Trigal and Nibfarkle um, as y'all approach. But as you've repositioned yourself to the front of this shrine, you see on the inside a human woman knelt over in front of what appears to be the altar to this goddess with a bunch of candles lit. She appears to be praying to whatever deity the shrine is dedicated to.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna look up at that portrait on above the door,
Okay.
and let me see. I do have religion. Can I see if I can identify which deity that that is representing?
Yeah, go ahead and I would say roll with advantage, just being that this was your agenda to get to the shrine.
19.
19. Nice. So you recognize this symbol as where uh as the god of luck or goddess of luck, Timora. She's the god of luck and good fortune.
Okay. And then we see a woman inside the shrine praying. Um,
Yes.
so I will stand at the entrance, or I'll move up to the entrance, um, and I will clear my throat again, and I will say, "Sister Garail, I presume."
So as you clear your throat and mention her name, you don't see her react in any certain way. She seems to be almost more so in like a trance-like prayer, being that how could she have not heard um, the urination on the shrine from the outside?
Okay. I'll look at Nif and I'll say, perhaps you should bring our friends here. I'm going to see if she's okay.
All
And
right. Well, I won't go far. I'll go to just the end of this path here, and if I see him, I'll wrangle him.
Wonderful. And I'll step in
and walk face first into Barry.
I'll step in and kind of go around to the edge. I'll stay near the wall. Does she appear to be? She doesn't appear to be unconscious or dead. She's breathing.
Yes.
Is her, is she like posed and
Hmm.
can
Yeah,
you?
she's
Okay.
just more of like kind of I would say this is more of, I guess, a symbol of praying. So yeah, going like this.
Okay.
You see that she just seems very serene, but knowing in general different types of worship, that this is just appears to be more of a deep prayer of some sort, that she's
Okay.
like in a trance-like state.
Well, then I will move back towards the entrance where I can see my friends when they come outside, and just sort of when they come into view, I'll give them a sign that she's okay. But um, I guess when they approach, we'll deal with that.
Okay. So yeah, well, I guess we'll temporarily shift over to the remainder of the group. As you're making your way towards the town center, you see Nibfarkle. What do y'all do in
Hey,
general?
guys,
Nibfarkle as well.
over here.
Barry looks up at Ragnar and he says, you ever tried like ale in your soup? It's a great
Oh,
flavor.
that sounds like a really good idea.
We should make some of that when we get to the Stonehill Inn. Oh,
Are
didn't
you guys
see
talking
there,
about water
Niv.
steak?
What is a water steak?
It's where you get a steak in a raw piece of meat and just dump a bunch of water all over it.
No, but
Hmm.
that's like washing your food. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
God, no. You wouldn't wash it. I would get rid of the flavor. Just get it nice and soggy. Goes down easier. So Tragle is over here talking to some lady. We met some guys who said they were Red Brands. I've seen them around before. They like to frequent the bar I like, and they kind of gave us some issue, but let us go. So we might need to keep an eye on those guys. But I guess he's talking. There's a lady in there who's praying, and that's the one he wants to talk to. But you guys got my note, which is great. I knew taking those lessons in common was going to pay off.
What note? What note do you?
Well, you guys came here, which means you guys found the note I left for Ephraim, saying, Ephraim, Tragle and I have gone to the temple. Come look for us there once the business is concluded. Love, Farkle.
And we could Barry. I don't. You didn't get a note, did you, Barry?
No, we were just walking to the Stonehill Inn, and
Well,
you just
Yeah,
popped
we were
out of
talking
the
about like
shadows.
soup.
Where's Ephraim?
So
He's behind Sky.
out of character.
Is he
Quick
hiding?
note: I accidentally deleted my token.
Oh yeah, I was like looking around, like I don't see him.
Oh.
I think
However,
he
yes,
just
I am.
He's gone to the afterlife.
Stealth.
We
He's
lost
just
Can we
like,
another
fuck
one.
this
roll?
adventure. I'm going.
Like what, Kyle?
Oh, hold on. Let me
What
bring
this
from the
adventure?
token screen. Give me a sec.
But that said, yes, I am right
Oh,
beside
okay.
Sky. Uh, and when I see Neff, I will slightly run over him. Oh, thank goodness! I thought Evil Temple Frank had kidnapped you.
Evil Temple Frank. Who the hell's that?
I don't know. That's what you wrote in the dirt.
No, I just said I wrote out that Ephraim, my friend, Tragle, and I have gone to the local temple. You can find us there. Find us once your business is concluded. Love, Farkle. Nib
You
Farkle.
wrote all that in the dirt?
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Must have been shorthand.
Why don't you just like? Why didn't you just like tell us?
Well, you guys were inside, and most people are off put by this. And then also, even in the best of circumstances, and they believe I'm a diseased halfling, they're still not a fan. So I figured just leave a note in the last place Ephraim saw me, and that'd be good.
Which is what I found
Real
a note
quick,
that said Evil Temple
Kyle
Frank.
donated
It's fine.
another
It's fine.
$5.
No, it's fine.
$5.
No, it's not fine. We're gonna cheers to you, lad.
No, it's
$5
fine.
Kyle.
F word.
Cheers.
That's a my mistake right there.
Thank you, Red Spartan 8. Anyways, so I don't know. Was that the end of the conversation there?
I mean,
Yeah,
really,
Oh.
I-
Brought up
guys like
Kyle.
soup
there
or-
was
You like
quite a
soup,
few writings in the dirt. We found them. We're here now.
cool. It worked out.
You said about a woman he's talking to?
Yes, the priestess of the temple that we're at.
Not just
Fraggle.
a lady he found on the street. Wonderful.
No,
Making
she's
sure.
in the temple praying,
Gotcha. Making
kind of
sure.
not passed out, but she's not awake, so I don't know.
What?
But he said something about it being a
Not
lucky
passed out,
temple.
no.
What
I don't
kind
know
of
what that
temple is
means.
this?
But he's over there talking to her.
And
Does
you
it have,
left
like,
him?
oil there,
Let-
or-
should we
We're
check
10
on
feet
them?
away, my man. I went to go find you guys, which is what he told me to do. I walked 10, 15 feet, and there you guys were. So
Gotcha.
we're not.
Just
I mean, it's far for me, but I don't think it's far for you guys. I got to be honest here.
Now, did he tell you to leave the room?
He said just find you guys.
Yeah.
So
You're
Well,
saying
my
he wanted
adopted
to know-
parents told us.
Yeah, but
My
I don't
adopted
think she's
parents
into
told
that.
us.
She don't seem conscious, and I don't take him as that kind of guy.
Okay.
That's
Because
not
when my
fair.
adopted parents told the kids to leave the room, 9 months later, we got a new little brother or sister. So
That is how children work.
You know, he
So-
does like. Speaking of soup, he does
Your
like the
parents wouldn't even let
stew.
you watch in the revelry of creating a new family member. Society's these days.
Anyways,
I'll
we're
impose
gonna
personal
shift
events.
back over to Trigal.
And cut.
And cut. Trigal, what are you doing?
No.
Trigal's
Uh,
just breathing behind her.
I
Hey, lady, you smell nice.
Massage his soldier.
I will just sort of move back out to the entrance and wait a few minutes, and if she doesn't move, I will try again to speak her name and see if I can get her attention. So I don't know, does she respond, or does she finish her prayers in a couple of minutes?
I don't know. Let's roll a d20. All right. I would say, yeah. So she, as you kind of step back, you sit there for just like 30 or so seconds, and seem to move a little bit as she kind of gets up and puts out one of the candles, and then turns around and is like, "Oh, hello."
Sister
Sorry.
Sister Garail, I presume.
Well, yes, and yeah, that's my name. Did you need me for something? Are you?
My name is Tregal Evelev. I am from the Temple of Kalimvor in Neverwinter. I was sent here to assist with the shrine.
Huh. Well, you might have been misled a little bit. Maybe this shrine's dedicated to Timora, the goddess of luck and good fortune. Um,
This is Phandalin, yes?
yes, yes, this is Phandalin. I mean, granted, Phandalin, let's just say, has a taint to it that needs to be freed. The scarlet uh, cloaked individuals, the red brands, they cause trouble. There's evil about, so maybe I don't know. Maybe that's why your church had sent you to help with the shrine. The shrine, granted, was not in the best condition when I found it upon returning from my journey, but I cleaned it up a little bit.
Yes, one of my companions and I saw two of these red brands. Um they had consumed some ale and they were expelling the ale on the outside of the shrine. A most
What?
unsuitable, yes.
You've got to be kidding me. I'm tired of these red brands. It's been quite a chore to try to rid this place of its evil doing beings, whatever. I say evil, but I guess they're just, you know, criminals, but they're quite annoying, and
Hmm.
that's unfortunate. I guess I'll have to get to that, but thank you for letting me know. And on that note, feel free to if you are interested in hearing more about Timora, I'm happy to help you. But as far as your god, what was it again?
Kelimvor.
Kalimvor. I've heard a little bit about that god, but
Yes, the Lord of the Dead, who ensures that the dead remain dead and do not rise as undead.
I see. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I know we have um, a graveyard that's been causing a little bit of issue.
Ah,
I know we also have, um, mainly what I was sent here from my church, because I'm not actually um, a person that lives here. Words cannot get to me right now. But there's a banshee that's been causing a lot of issue and hindering um, my objective of coming to this town. So maybe we can help each other.
oh, yes, a banshee, a restless undead spirit, if I am correct. Is that not true, or am I mistaken?
No, that's true. I was actually sent here to not necessarily rid this banshee, but to commune with it to give an answer about some sort of a question about a spell book. Um,
To help the
n-
spirit find rest?
the reasons to me are unknown. I would assume, being that it was from uh, the higher orders of my church, that yes, that seems about right. And maybe your church, I don't know, is looking to do the same thing. Her name's Agatha. She's I mean, as with most banshees, have a temperament that are not to be trifled with.
Oh,
But
yes.
I overestimated that for sure and went by myself, and uh, she is quite wrathful. So, if anything, it would be very much of both of ours interests, I guess, for your objective, but mine to get rid of her. But beforehand, of course, asking about the spell book, if I may. But
Yes, okay. So a spell book is involved. This is a spell book that she is seeking or that she wants to be rid of, or what do we know about this book?
Um, Give me one second.
Of course.
Oh, I was muted.
Yes. So, um, when I essentially fled for my life, I the the banshee had mentioned spoke wistfully, as a matter of fact, of a beautiful baubles that she owned in life, and I guess she was more so giving me this angered energy because I didn't bring something to her. A suitable gift, maybe. I came back home to just give her this heirloom of a jeweled silver comb, and I think that might be good in exchange to get the answer for the spell book. Uh, we're trying to understand, and she mentions that the spell book is back at her home, but that uh, I don't know why I stepped out of character to say that. I have the book back in my home. I brought it with me, but she wouldn't give me any answers, and I fled with my life. I barely made it out of there. We just need to know, or my order's trying to seek what the spell book is for. Or excuse me, the
Ah,
location of the spell book. So scratch half that information I just gave you. She does not have spell book. It's hard
okay.
to follow modules sometimes.
So we are seeking the location of a spell book. We believe that Agatha knows that location, and we need to bring her some gifts to appease her so she will tell us.
Yes, and I think the way I was gathering it, the way she was hunting hauntedly about these heirlooms in her life, that seems to be what will help her pass. That was my assumption. So I have no information as to as far as where Agatha is from, but again, I figured this just heirloom that was in the house that I'm staying here in Phandelin may be suitable. So maybe try that first. And she has like the jeweled silver comb by her on the altar as she just came into Phandelin. She hands it over.
Oh, thank you. Uh, as Kellum for teaches that the restless undead, such as banshees, they are often tortured by memories of what happened to them in their lives. And if we can help them find rest, often they are able to pass along and go into the afterlife and free the area of their haunts. I will be glad to help to try to find rest for this spirit. I will also be interested in perhaps expanding this graveyard and helping to put some of those red cloaks, did you call them? Red brands into that graveyard and making sure they stay there.
It's weird. I personally, from my own ideology, I guess wouldn't agree, but being that they are quite a hindrance to the town, and this is up in a coming village, or excuse me, town, that we would very much appreciate it, I'm sure. So,
Well,
thank you.
anyone who would disgrace a shrine of one of the gods by urinating on it does deserve to be punished rather harshly.
Understood. Again, I not quite aligned with that, but I can see how that aligns with your ideology, and I respect that. So, yeah, any help in that matter, however you handle it, as long as I'm not around, that would be great.
Oh, I came into town with a group of fellow adventurers. I do not think we would need your assistance in that, but please let us know if you need anything. I believe most of us will be staying at the inn across the square.
Sounds like you guys are quite lucky we're here.
As a matter of fact, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, may Timora shine on us all that you showed up at just the right time. I was worried I would not be able to fulfill this mission. But I am staying just back here in this home. She points backwards, referencing that the house behind. Um, so if you ever need anything, feel free. And if you want to make quick help with the red brands, you can certainly find them at that squalorly place of Stonehill Inn, or excuse me, not Stonehill Inn, where you're going, but Sleeping Giant.
The sleeping giant. Ah, well, I will have to tell a couple of my companions. I believe they were planning to stay there. Thank you, Sister Grail.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And in the morning, I will help you clean the outside of the temple, or of the shrine.
Oh, that's not necessary, but very much appreciated. If you'd like, yeah, come find me in the morning.
Yes, Kalimvor teaches us that idle hands get into mischief. So if we can keep them working, it is best.
All right. I'm also always forgetting popcorn inspiration and nobody has it, but we're going to carry it over sessions. I'm going to go ahead and pass that off to you, Trigal, because I love the role play with your character background. Sister Garael then passes by you to go into her home, and then what you all were listening to that, of course. What do y'all do? Do you make your way to the Stonehill
Hey,
Inn,
Triggle.
or
Sounds like she's quite
discuss?
fancy of you. What do you think?
Someone like someone.
I believe that she needs assistance dealing with this banshee and also dealing with these red brands. Nif, did you happen to tell the others what we saw in
I
the
yeah,
around?
I let them know that there were the red brand guys, and that they were causing some issues, um, and that if we don't have to, we shouldn't tango with them.
Yes, Ephraim and Nef, watch yourselves over uh, at the sleeping giant.
I'm gonna pause just for a second. Whoever's unmuted and scribbling, if you could mute, it's driving me nuts. But continue.
If you be careful this night.
No,
Uh,
well, I don't know about you guys, but if the rest of you are going to be staying at uh, the Stone Giant or whatever it
the
was,
Stone
Stone
Hill
Hill.
Inn.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I'll stay there with you. Like I had said before, there's power in numbers, and I don't think I should be off on my own in a different place. I'd rather stay with the group and help wherever it's needed.
Trigar, are we gonna fight these guys or?
Oh, I found them urinating on the side of the shrine, my friend. I believe they deserve to be taught a lesson.
I don't know if that's bad, but I'm down to fight them.
I think your war picks, if they are thirsty, they have a good chance of tasting blood.
Oh well, these are just inanimate objects. I mean, they don't really like taste anything. But I mean, I guess I could pour some blood on them and see if they like it.
I
He's
assure
gonna
you,
kind of walk away. And you guys are kind of weird.
I assure you, blood is tasty, and your weapons will enjoy it. Just make sure you wipe it off. You don't want them.
Okay.
If after they've had their fill, you want to wipe off any excess, or else it will cause them to rust. Maybe apply a little bit of oil. Weapon care is one thing that I think a lot of people don't pay attention to when journeying out on the road.
Yeah. Okay.
Apologies. Just so I'm clear, you said that individuals wearing red cloaks were relieving themselves here on the sisters'
Yeah, in the back, on the back side
company.
of the wall there.
On the
I
back
mean, if you
side
go
of
look,
Are they
there's
still
probably a
there?
puddle. No,
No.
they left.
we scared them off.
I guess
You did
it
a.
was more of a.
Would you say you
we'll
would
fight
recognize them if they were walking down the road?
Yeah, the red cloaks will probably be.
I believe we would. They said they were
Wonderful.
part of a group, and all of them wear scarlet cloaks to mark themselves as members of the red brands, as they say. Sister
Red
Grail also, yes, Sister Grail also said that they call themselves red brands and that they get up to all sorts of mischief here in the town.
Hmm. I think that the best option would be to
Kill them.
deal with the mischief that is
Oh.
dealing in this town.
Well, from a tribal standpoint, I've always found that speaking to the tribe leader will help curb any people that aren't acting properly within the tribe. So maybe we can
Yes.
find their leader
And kill the leader.
Oh, I would to bounce off that point. I think talking to them is wonderful. I feel as though an arrow through the throat is also wonderful.
We also have Gundren that we need to also rescue as well.
Yes, yes. We have a multitude of options as to what we should and will probably do. But
Do we think we can?
immediacy is quite apparent.
Do you think we can talk to these guys really quick, or is this going to take a while?
Well, I mean, once you lose an arrow, they are quite quick.
But I think there's a number of them in the town, or else the two we were talking to would not have been as brash if they did not have a larger force behind them. What I've found is that some of the most active tribesmen who enjoy the power are often those who don't wield it but are represented by it.
True.
Well, let's say y'all go out there, you getting a little fisticuffs. In the meantime, I'll go to the Stone Hill, and I'll throw some soup together, get everything nice and warmed up. Y'all come back, just don't make it too bloody.
I mean,
You
well,
know.
the steak though, make that for me bloody, and then a cold glass of water just right on top.
Noted. I'll do my best.
I do apologize. I did not wish to assume that we would take task immediately. I
Well, we
do
don't even know
need
where
to
they are.
rest.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think maybe we get a good night's sleep,
The
and then
daylight is quite important.
Have some
Start-
soup.
yes, maybe your wet meat, and maybe approach the obstacles in front of us tomorrow.
Yes, Sky, I concur that perhaps scouting the enemy forces, or maybe we shouldn't call them enemies yet,
No,
Uh,
that's fine. We're understood on the right terminology.
we should scout their strength and their numbers and their base of operations before we simply go and launch an attack.
Yes, yes.
We
Eh,
got into a little bit of trouble in Clark's because all of us were too eager to
We have learned from
take
our
the fight
lessons.
to them.
Yes.
I will say, Sky, um, it is often that.
Let me look down at you.
Thank you. Um, it is often that. I lost my point. I have no idea what I was going to say. Never mind.
Quite
Well,
wonderful
I
that
do
you've
feel
lost your
significantly more
knowledgeable understanding of things. But yes, it's very much like you to have talked before you have thought. Barry, you were talking?
I was just gonna say, I do feel significantly more powerful than the last time we encountered Clark. So
You know, I thought that was just me. I feel that way too.
yeah, I
I
have
don't know
like
what
a
it
deeper
is.
connection to nature,
I
and like
know.
I can do a little bit more stuff. It's pretty cool. I don't know.
Often
It's so
experience
strange.
garners more abilities.
It's almost like everything in me just doubled. I don't know what it is.
I know barely escaping with my life always makes me feel big, like a big man. Or as my daddy used to put it, my adopted daddy used to put it, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, you are.
I definitely feel stronger now. So I guess let's not get killed.
That is our no truer words have ever been spoken, Ragnar.
So, what exactly are we doing? Are we going
Nap
to
time.
Stonehill?
I feel
Yeah.
as though we
Or-
need to procure
A night's
sleeping arrangements for ourselves.
Yes, I think Stonehill is where we would be going.
Oh, all right. Y'all are true.
Long rest.
Joe's like, that was great role play,
Go
guys.
pick
What
up
the hell's going on?
It's like
Having this
half the
conversation
group
We're
sounded
weaving
like they
them.
wanted to fight, half wanted to go to the Stonehill Inn. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on.
We,
All right.
Future fighting. Future
yeah,
fighting.
yeah. Those of us
So
who
let me
want to have
pull
the
you
fight
over
still
to
want to
that
go to
then.
the inn now.
Yes, yeah.
Sleep now, fight tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh,
Keep trans.
apparently I
That
was the
way-
only one to fight now.
If we wait for daylight, we can make them assume that we are just newcomers to the town, and
We
we
are
can
newcomers.
travel to areas. I understand, but like we have a purpose. Newcomers typically don't have a purpose, but we can make them assume that we're just like learning about the town to try and learn more about them.
What is our purpose?
To learn more about them. I just said that.
Well, we're not going to tell
Yeah.
them that, right?
No,
No.
of course. What? Uh, mm,
Or should we tell them?
Oh.
no, no. Why would we do that?
I don't know.
You should tell
You're the one
them
that suggested
you
it.
want to know more.
Oh, Sky, I remembered my
I did-
point from earlier.
I didn't
Um,
suggest it at all.
We should make them some soup.
I like
Yes,
that
and
idea.
Poison the
Barry,
soup. Yes.
Barry's the only one with his head screwed on tonight.
Sky, it is
Yes,
often that
yes,
we
sorry,
do not
let me
agree
look.
with people, but that does not always mean that they must be our enemies.
True. Enemies. We learn to be enemies. We learn to be allies.
Right.
I don't like learning.
And learning takes time and experience and knowledge and quite
But also
a
understanding.
well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yes. Sky, when we first met, you drew on me immediately. I imagine
Yes.
being in these forests, you have run into quite a few goblins that have done wrong to you. But it takes
Quite.
initiative from at least one side to allow goodwill to happen.
You are quite a chatty one. Normally, most of those I've dealt with are not
That's the
chatty.
chatty one.
Unfortunately, I was born seemingly more intelligent than those around me, and It has gotten me in trouble amongst goblins, but I've found that expressing how I feel and my thoughts does better for me when dealing with those of not goblin kind.
Yeah, I usually just bottle that up and then release it into my rage.
I will in this moment
You really should
take
unpack
the
that.
road
I gotta
that
be
is higher. I apologize for drawing on you
honest.
in
Listen,
the moment,
I appreciate that, but
and I
no
hope in the
offense was
future
taken.
we can come to an understanding with each other
Absolutely,
as to our both perspectives of this world.
it is a harsh world indeed.
Yes,
So
I'd like to lean over to
super.
Rag.
yes, it is.
Yes,
Very, very said he was a
Soup. We'll sort out the room.
All right. So, if anything, we can continue at the Stonehill Inn on our next session as we're coming to the top of the hour for our sessions. We usually end around 10:30. So for those of you watching, thanks for showing up and watching our stream. All support is very much appreciated. For those of you watching the VOD, thanks for watching that too. But we're again Adventures on Tap. Oops, all DM series. Catch us next week on Wednesday at 7:30.
And then
But
don't
have a good
forget
night.
Friday we have the Alien
Yes.
one shot run by the gentleman below us, Ferg here. He will be DMing that. And then coming up on
Monday.
is it Monday?
Yep.
The Call of Cthulhu, Murder on the Orient Express. And
Yeah.
Cat will be DMing that. So that is definitely something to check out. We, if you guys anyone went to QuestCon, you saw a little preview of one of the train cars, but we have full train car minis and sets, and it will be a full production. So you do not want to miss that. And I think that is all. Definitely check out our charities, check out our events we have going on. We've got mini campaigns, paint and sips, full campaigns. We just started our
Side quest.
side quests, which are smaller venues without the raffle and all this stuff, but still doing charity, but allowing us to go to smaller venues and benefit those locations and bars and breweries that are smaller and may not fit one of our larger events. So tons of stuff going on. You can check us out with the links that the QR code will be in the scroll in the top here, as well as when we switch over, there'll be a little QR code there, or just search AOT Orlando.
Yeah, and also, I mean, granted, if you go to the site, you'll see this too, but to further add to Garrett's points of a busy streaming week, we also have on the 21st one of those paint and sips at 12 Talons, which we have plenty of tickets to sell. We haven't, should we reveal what we're painting? I think it's pretty cool.
Do they normally do that?
I would say it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
doing a,
We're less than a week away. I'd say it.
yeah, there you go.
It's locked in. I'll say that.
We're doing an awesome little goblin guy holding a
Mhm.
beer, spilling a tankard while also casting a spell. So it's I think one of our first minis that we're doing
Yeah.
as a caster. But yeah, you essentially buy a ticket, come drink at 12 Towns with
Represent
us, paint
Goblin kind.
a mini, and take that mini home. And then
You were
on,
inspired by Nib Farkle himself.
yeah, right. And then on the 27th, we're at Conduit. We still have a couple of tickets on sale. I think the last time I checked, we had 2 more for Kids on Brooms, which is a really fun, whimsical kind of TTRPG system that we're showcasing. We're also doing Alien, but that's sold out. But we did
Completely
open
sold
another
out, almost immediately.
table. Yeah.
Mm.
Then we have another table for 5e, which I think had 4 tickets left. So come check us out. We got quite the busy couple weeks. Hope to see your faces
There will
soon.
be
Hope to see you
a
back on the
costume
stream.
contest as well as
Mhm.
our normal raffle. Everyone's encouraged to dress up, and all of the games will be of spooky theme. So,
All right.
As is
Well,
tradition.
as is
yeah, it's around Halloween. But without further ado, we'll see y'all next week. Have a good night.
Good night.